Game 1s of the NBA Finals are always chaotic.
Allen Iverson with 41 points.
Dramatic endings and unreal individual performances.
James drives past Curry, gets inside, and throws it down.
Among all of these superstars, there's one little guy that I'm sure you've never expected to see. But let's start chronologically. It's Game 1 of the '92 NBA Finals between the Bulls and the Blazers. At the time, defenders dared Michael to shoot threes, considering him to be a below-average shooter. Look at his first three of the night. Drexler doesn't even bother put up a hand. They treated his Airness like Russell Westbrook, for Christ's sake. But he made them pay for it.
Here's Pippen, setting up Jordan, wide open for another three. Blazers get back, Pippen back for Jordan again for three.
Seeing him knock down 3 shots from deep in a hurry, the Blazers started playing defense at last, and Jordan used that to draw some oohs and ahs from the home crowd.
Jordan eluding Robinson, yes! 18.
The game was still up for grabs after 1, but in the second period, MJ took it to a whole nother level.
Matchup once again, here's Jordan to the fadeaway. Jordan for three. 47. Drexler went for the steal, and a Jordan again.
Fadeaway threes, mid-range pull-ups, you name it, Jordan was doing it all.
Portland Trailblazers just try to stay in this ballgame.
That's Magic Johnson behind the mic, y'all. But in order to stay in the game, you cannot keep letting this guy take wide open shots like that.
Jordan for three, yes!
That's the 5th triple in a row, and just a couple of possessions later, the United center erupted for a legendary moment.
Here's Jordan for three, yes! Did you see that look? Michael indicating,
And just let us know that, hey, I'm feeling good.
Michael nails his 6th three of the night and gives the world the shrug, setting a new NBA record for most 3.5 at the time. According to Magic, he was looking at him on the scorer's table while doing the shrug, and the reason is hilarious.
So I'm at his house the night before. So we were playing cards, and it got to be about 1 a.m. in the morning. So I said, man, let me go so you can get some rest. No, you stay here because I'm going to tear Clyde Drexler up tomorrow. He wanted to play him right then.
Because he was not winning at cards?
Exactly. So we get to the game, the third three. Now, remember, he hit them in a row. So the last one he hit, he turned and looked at me and said, what did I tell you I was going to do?
Yeah, needless to say that the Bulls stormed to a dominant win in Game 1 and later secured banner number 2 against the Blazers. Next, we have a sophomore Tim Duncan playing in his first NBA Finals against the New York Knicks in '99 alongside his mentor and legend David Robinson. And look at Greg Popovich in his prime on the sidelines, calm and focused as always. But it was the 22-year-old Timmy who stole the spotlight in Game 1.
Duncan, off the glass. That's the completeness that we talked about. Duncan into the lane, pull-up jumper, good. Now how about that play? Duncan turning on Dudley and scoring. 27 for Tim Duncan.
With no Pat Ewing on the floor, Duncan demolished the Knicks, posting 33 points, 16 rebounds, and 2 blocks on 62% efficiency. It took the Spurs just 5 games to fend off Sprewell and Houston, with Timmy winning the MVP with averages of 27 and 14. Those are some Wemby numbers, and we'll see it soon if the alien manages to replicate the success of the big fundamental, or the Knicks will split the score and avenge the city of New York. The following year, however, Duncan tore his meniscus just 4 games before the playoffs started, allowing the Lakers to smoothly begin the reign. And after getting swept by Hakeem in his first NBA Finals, Shaq Diesel wasn't gonna be denied again.
Now they surround him. He gets the roll, scores the basket, comes to the line. Shaw just in, gives it to Shaq, and Shaq's shot was partially blocked, but still goes. Rick Fox in the front court. Yeah, to O'Neal, who now has 33.
O'Neal brought the hammer down on the Pacers defense in Game 1. He absolutely tortured every defender they sent his way, counting up to an astounding 43 points, 19 rebounds, and 4 blocks in a soul-crushing victory. And he set the exclamation point with this classic alley-oop jam.
There's your Shaq redemption.
Now one hand going away from the basket, 7 feet 1, 330 pounds.
Indiana couldn't find an answer till the rest of the series, as Shaq led the Lakers to their first of 3 championships with an average of 38 points and 17 boards. A Finals MVP stat line that remains undefeated till this day. With both him and Kobe tearing the league apart, the Lakers were the clear-cut favorites the next season against the Sixers as well. But one spectacular performance threw a stain on what could have been a perfect playoff run.
You don't want to give Iverson layups. Iverson, yes, how good was that? I mean, Kobe Bryant right on him. He drives it and gets Kobe back on his heels, pulls back.
8-point. Iverson again.
This guy has such courage. You love the fact that he is fearless. He can miss 10 shots in a row and think it's hot and want that 11th one. Yes, that was not pretty by Aaron McGee, but somehow he found.
Allen Iverson exploded right off the gate, scoring 30 points in the first half to give Philly the surprising lead. With LA playing from behind, it was Shaq who took matters into his own hands, determined to leave no doubt.
Checked in, coming up. O'Neal from
Dominating Mutombo as always, the Big Diesel got the Lakers back into the game, scoring 18 of his 44 points in the third period. And he continued his mission in the fourth as well. With a barrage of power dunks, O'Neal got the Lakers up by 2 in the clutch. So with all the attention on Iverson, Eric Snow somehow found his way to the hoop and tied the game, hitting this quirky layup off the glass. Fast forward and Snow had a chance to win the game in regulation when the man with the sleepy face misses the running 3 and we go to overtime. And there it was all Lakers at the start.
with single coverage. Fox got a piece of it. Fox with the steal and calls timeout.
Kobe and Shaq got LA right where they belonged, up by 5 with less than 3 minutes to play. This felt like the beginning of the end for Philadelphia when AI said, "I got this."
From way downtown, Allen Iverson with 41 points. The 76ers with the ball down by 1. Iverson for 3. Yes!
Iverson silences the crowd, taking over the lead with his 46th point of the night. And after a crucial turnover by Rick Fox on the other end, it was time for the answer.
Bothered by Lou. Iverson. Yes.
How about that?
And steps over Tyronn Lue.
Iverson hits the dagger over Ty Lue and steps over him, creating the coldest NBA moment of all time. And many people forget that Kobe actually responded on the other end with a mid-range bucket of his own to make it a 2-point game. So the game ain't over yet. Well,
3 on the 24. Oh, the winner by Eric Snow gives the Sixers a 105-101 lead.
Eric Snow attempts another wild shot in the clutch and this time hits it to finally seal the deal for Philly. Unfortunately for them, their joy didn't last long as the Lakers won the next 4 games in a furious fashion to secure the back-to-back titles. And fresh off their three-peat, the Lakers stumbled upon prime Tim Duncan and the number 1 seeded Spurs in the second round of the 03 playoffs. This was the last rodeo for the Twin Towers and Duncan made sure no one would spoil it. Facing the New Jersey Nets in the finals, the big fundamental was ready to put on a masterclass in Game 1.
Down to where we are, a 3-point lead. Duncan over Kenyon Martin. Duncan with Martin on his hit. Duncan, another tough shot. In the third quarter, Game 1 of the NBA Finals in San Antonio, Tim Duncan continuing to put on a third quarter show.
After a quiet first half, Timmy erupted for 13 of his 32 points in the third to put his team up by 15. And he doubled down on that in the final period as well.
Duncan may have gotten away with a push for the offensive rebound, but he puts it right back in.
Making them play to their weaknesses.
Tim Duncan, and he's Duncan. Oh, what a shot by Duncan.
32 points, 20 rebounds, and 7 blocks on 65% efficiency. Now that's a monster stat line. Needless to say that the Spurs rolled to a comfortable 12-point win at the end. Finishing the job in 6 games, Duncan won his second Finals MVP with averages of 24 points, 17 rebounds, 5 assists, and 5 blocks. Damn! Making their first NBA Finals in franchise history, the Mavs and the Heat collided with a totally different playing styles. Dallas had the sole superstar in Nowitzki, a big with a killer one-legged fadeaway, surrounded by solid complementary players. On the other hand, D-Wade and Shaq ran the show for Miami, replicating the 1-2 punch that brought success for the Lakers. But it was none other than Jason Terry who outshined everybody in Game 1.
Terry spots up and nails the three. At 5. How do you score on that kind of broken play? Terry this time from outside.
The Jet was scorching hot in the first half, scoring 20 points on 9 of 11 shooting from the field. He was single-handedly keeping the Mavs in front because Dirk was nowhere to be found, shooting a measly 2 of 8 at the start. On the other end, D-Wade pulled all the strings with 28 points and some electric plays like this one.
Wade to the basket! Dwayne Wade with a strong finish.
As Dwayne Wade zips through here, just watch it. See, he splits the trap and then takes it right up over the top of the defense. That ball came right out of the basket.
So when push came to shove, the Mavs were looking for Terry to bail them out.
Terry for 3, puts it in. Howard, Terry another 3, bang! Jason Terry gives the Mavs a 10-point lead.
The Jet hits his 4th triple of the night to give his team a 10-point lead, and the crowd is rocking. This proved to be too much for the Heat to handle as Terry finished with 32 points on a blistering 72% shooting in the Game 1 victory. This gotta be one of the best performances in Game 1's history by a non-superstar. On the contrary, in 2009, the Orlando Magic knew exactly where the most of the danger came from, but still couldn't figure out what to do.
The other national media now.
Falling away, tough shot, puts it in. Oh, what a shot from Kobe Bryant for a couple of minutes. As Bryant pulls up again, Kobe Bryant with 16.
After shooting a below average 3 for 9 in the first quarter, Kobe started heating up in the second for 18 points at the half and a 10-point lead for LA. Okay, nothing scary, but no one was ready for what was coming in the third.
Bryant up and under, pretty move, banks it in. Bryant was extremely active in the first half before he picked up his 3rd foul. Bryant, tough shot, that's good. They're getting quality looks. Kobe Bryant, hit, count it, and 1.
Time and time again, the Black Mamba scored with ease over anyone the Magic had to throw at him. Here, he puts Mikal Bridges on skates before finishing the layup through traffic.
On the drive, gets to the basket. Oh, what a move from Kobe Bryant as the shot clock expires.
A pull-up jumper over the Defensive Player of the Year in Dwight? No problem.
Bryant again.
And this is just ridiculous shot-making ability.
Shot clock at 2, he's got to put it up. Tries to bank it, does so, and a foul!
Uh-oh, once he puts on that face, it's over for the opposition. Kobe added 18 of his 40 points in the third to put the Lakers up by 23, which they held until the finish for a dominant Game 1 win. This was his first title without Shaq, and Bryant made sure it's one to remember, winning the MVP honors with 30 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. Amazing! 3 years later, the OKC Thunder, led by the young core of KD, Russ, and Harden, stepped on the biggest stage and even had the home court advantage against the big 3 of Bron, Wade, and Bosh. But no one expected the 23-year-old Durant to do this.
Durant straight on 3. Wade drives, layup blocked by Durant.
Something he's still bitter about as Durant throws it down.
KD put on his grown man shoes and made some spectacular plays on both ends of the court in the first half, scoring 13 points, but his Thunder were trailing by 7 due to LeBron's phenomenal play as well. However, Russell Westbrook showed up in the third and took over, scoring 12 of his 27 points, helping OKC to tie the game going into the final period. And there, Durant was ready to put on a show.
Durant fake jumper. Got it. Bosh has it poked away. Collison and Cephalosha. Here comes Durant to the basket. Launches and fires it down. Durant for three. Bang!
KD heated up in the right place at the right time, hurting Miami in numerous ways, which earned him the nickname Durantula.
Durant to the basket. Lays it in. What a long stride. Durant again. Knocks it down.
KD went off in the final stage, scoring 17 of his 36 points on 60% efficiency to put his team up by 8. The Heat narrowed it down to 5 points in the clutch, but he sealed the deal with a dish to Nick Collison down low. Regardless, Game 1 remained to be the sole upset of the series, cause LeBron James burned them for 4 straight wins after that, capturing his first NBA title. Although in different uniforms, Bron and KD met again in the 2017 NBA Finals, and by now, the Slim Reaper was in full effect.
Durant drives and finishes.
40-some days.
Alley-oop Green to Durant. Here's Durant across the lane.
Durant got busy immediately, scoring at will over the LeBron James. Heck, he even made him touch earth on this one.
Pass all the way across, and Durant throws it down. How did that pass get there?
It was a turnover. He thought Klay Thompson was back cutting.
My goodness, you can rarely see the king in a situation like this. KD racked up 23 of his 38 points at the half with his team firmly in control. Add in a couple of stare downs from Rihanna and we can conclude that his return to the finals was a total success. The Slim Reaper bowed out in each and every one of the 5 games they needed to become champions, and he got the honors with insane averages of 35 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists on astonishing 55, 47, and 93 shooting splits. I think we can all agree that this Golden State squad was unbeatable. Well, James came really close the following year, turning into Superman to put the Cavs on his back without Kyrie Irving.
James pull-up jump shot. That's good. Well, it's great to see him back on the floor. James drives past Livingston and throws it down. As James sets and fires and nails the three-pointer.
LeBron was everywhere in Game 1, dunking over people, swishing threes, mid-range pull-ups, you name it. And all of this was just to keep his team intact against the almighty Warriors.
I'm shocked you downplayed Savannah. He said she was all city.
James again from downtown. James drives and finishes. James drives on him, layup off the glass, banks it home. 40 points for James.
So down by 6 in the clutch, he had to switch to God mode.
Layup is good, and it's back to 4. James drives past Curry, gets inside, and throws it down. James drives, shot block, count it, and 1. LeBron James puts the Cavs up 1 with a free throw coming up.
Once he puts his head down, there's no stopping James. Time and time again, he bulldozed through the Golden State defense like a freight train.
Gets a stop and decides not to take a timeout.
James drives, double clutches, and puts it in.
He puts them up by 2, but Steph Curry on the other end converts the tough and 1 as well to retake a 1-point lead for his team. This leads us to the infamous sequence that got Bron and every Cavs fans at the brink of a heart attack.
Big free throws here. Hill misses. Rebound goes to the Cavs. J.R. Smith brings it back out. Throws it to Hill. Hill shot blocked. And we'll go to overtime.
Man, a heroic performance of 51 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists all went down the drain because of one single brain fart by JR. This remains the most popular blunder in NBA Finals history. And last but not least, we gotta give praise to Tyrese Haliburton for his game winner last year against the Thunder in Game 1.
Haliburton driving, pulls off, jump shot. It's good! It's good! With 0.3 of a second remaining. Timeout, OKC. Tyrese
Tyrese Haliburton does it again!
Unlike the others on this list, Tyrese had a bad shooting night of 14 points on 6 of 13 from the field, but he got the most important one to drop, and that is what counts. That's it for now, but if you need more NBA content, click right here to reminisce about the absolute madness of a Game 7 between the Spurs and the Thunder. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace out.